So it's finally everyone's favorite time of the year, tax season. Whether you've already filed your taxes, you're waiting for your tax return, or you have to pay a bit of money back, tax season is always fun when you get to see the amount of returns that you get. Stay tuned to find out a couple of different investments that I'm going to be adding to my portfolio with my tax return and how you can do the same as well. Hey guys, just Vaish here. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to drop a huge thumbs up to learn more. And if you're looking to put a kickstart on your investment portfolio and how you can get some free money to invest, check the links in the description below to get started. On to the video. With my tax return, my biggest goal is diversification, minimizing the level of risk, and getting the maximum amount of gains obviously possible. So I chose to invest in 5 specific securities, 3 of which are ETFs and 2 of which are stocks, all Canadian, so stay tuned for more. Now the first part of my investing when it came to my tax return is going to be 70% of it put towards 3 ETFs. Now the first one would be Vanguard's S&P 500 Index ETF, which is VSP.TO. It's trading in the ballpark of around 67 Canadian dollars, and I like this one because it captures a broad range of S&P 500 companies, and it's a safe ETF that diversifies a lot of the risk and also pays a solid dividend. Now the second one is XIC.TO, and that's S&P 500 TSX capped ETF. So it encaptures many of the Canadian top performing companies such as Shopify, a lot of the financial institutions, and many other Canadian companies. And this one diversifies the risk because it's hedged a lot of its bets in financial institutions such as TD Bank, Scotia, BMO, and many others. And with that, you get to sort of dip your feet in the Canadian market as well. And at $30 Canadian per share, it's not too bad, and it also pays a solid dividend for owning Canadian companies. And now the third one is ZDV.TO, so that's BMO's Canadian Dividend ETF, and this is another no-brainer. At around $17.89, you're getting a little bit of a share in many Canadian dividend-paying companies. And with the ZDV.TO, it's much cheaper than the previous 2 mentioned, and you're getting a higher portion of the dividends in comparison to the actual price you pay. So with these 3 ETFs, you're getting dividends, you're getting broad market exposure, and it's diversifying your interest in the overall market. Now with the remaining 30% of my tax return, I picked 2 Canadian companies that are still more on the conservative side. So they're not your high growth tech companies. They're more a safe bet that still have promising returns. So the first one is MFCTO, otherwise known as Manulife. It's trading in the ballpark of around $27. And with Manulife, they provide international financial products and insurance. And I see this as a more safe bet because they're trading at around $27. They pay a 4.13% dividend. And for holding this company, I personally benefit from a lot of their products. So I definitely believe in this company on a longer term. And with the second stock, that is ENBTO, otherwise known as Enbridge, another Canadian favorite, trading in the ballpark of around 46 Canadian dollars. They also have a high dividend yield of around 7%. And for holding the stock, you experience the gains on the dividend, experience the gains on the actual stock, and they're also in the business of renewable power generation. So I see both of these companies growing long term, and they're a safe bet within that 30% of my tax return. Now with my tax return, I chose 5 securities, of which 3 are ETFs with a solid dividend and good market exposure, and 2 Canadian companies that have a relatively growing dividend and solid portfolio. And with these, I feel confident in my ability to minimize my risk, expand my market exposure, and also maximize the level of returns given my risk tolerance. So the name of the game was really a more conservative pick, and I want to continue to invest in these securities over the next couple of months and continue to build my portfolio. With investing my tax return, I enjoyed a lot of that exposure that I'm able to gain from each one of those picks, whether it was the ETFs or the individual stocks. Each one was chosen for a specific reason. So let me know in the comments below if you picked any one of these or if you had any other ideas for stock picks as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to drop a huge thumbs up and subscribe to support the growth of this channel. And if you're looking to invest or want to start with a little bit of money additionally, check out the links in my description to see how you can get started as well. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.